Hello, friends, and welcome to another story time with Miss Sheila and Wintonbury. Wintonbury says, hello, everybody. Wintonbury, what's going on with you today? Choo! Oh my goodness, Wintonbury, are you sneezing? You can't stop sneezing? Oh dear. Here, I've got a tissue for you right here, okay? Can you blow your nose? Good boy, okay. Well, Wintonbury, if you can stop sneezing for a minute and listen to me. I was wondering if you know anything about jeans. Yes, Miss Sheila is wearing jeans today, but that's not the type of jeans I mean. I mean the type of jeans that you get from your parents or your parents' parents, or things that make you look the way you do or act the way you do. Like people might say, oh, you have your grandmother's ears or your father's eyebrows. And not only do you get looks from genes, but you get some actions, things that you can do. Like I want to show you something. This is something that's called genetic. That's if you get it through genes. If you can do this with your tongue, that's called a genetic trait. And that means that somebody in your family is also able to do that. So one thing that I found out is a genetic trait, which I didn't know, is sneezing from the sun. The sun makes you sneeze. And I always thought everybody sneezed when the sun went into their eyes or into their nose. But come to find out, no. Isn't that strange? So today we're going to be talking not about genes, but about sneezes. And I have a lot of fun stories about sneezes today. So, okay, Wintonbury, blow your nose again. Blow. Good job. Good boy. Okay, now if you can just stop sneezing for a minute and hop down, I want to get started with my story time, okay? And you can come up later to say bye to everybody. Okay, time to hop down. Boop. You're such a good boy, Wintonbury. I want to read you a book today by one of my absolutely favorite authors, Neil Gaiman. And Neil Gaiman writes books for children. He writes books for teenagers, and he also writes books for adults, which I think is very, very talented to be able to write for all those different age groups. And I have to say, Neil Gaiman's books are absolutely wonderful. A little strange, but wonderful. Okay, this is actually not the one I'm going to read to you today. This is the first one about Choo. And Choo does have problems sneezing. And if you want to read Choo's Day, we have it here at the library, and you can come and take it out, read it here, check it out, take it home and read it, okay? But the one I want to read is called Choo's Day at the Beach, and it's by Neil Gaiman and Adam Rex. Because in this one, Choo sneezes from the sun, and something really weird happens. So Choo is a panda, isn't he cute? Choo's Day at the Beach. When Choo sneezed, bad things happened. It was a hot day, and Choo and his family went to the beach. Choo had an ice cream. The ice cream seller was very nice. She gave Choo an extra scoop of vanilla. Choo said hello to a crab in a rock pool. Choo's mother sat on the sand and read her book. Choo's father went into the water up to his tummy. Choo took off his sunglasses. He looked at the sea. The day was so sunny and bright. Choo's nose tickled. It was tickling that got bigger and bigger and bigger. It was a tickling that filled his whole head. Choo! Uh-oh. Chew, said Chew. Chew, said Chew's mother. Chew, said Chew's father, what did you do? And all the people on the beach went down to look. Chew said hello to some fish. The fish looked at him. They looked sad. He waved at a family of merpandas. The littlest merpanda waved back at him. Chew saw a whale. The whale was very big. With the sea broken, I cannot go home, said the whale. You must put this back the way it was, said the ice cream seller, or nobody will come to the beach anymore, and they will not eat my ice cream. Please sneeze again, Chew. But Chew could not sneeze. A seagull tickled Chew's nose with a feather. Will you sneeze? Asked the seagull. Ah, ah, ah. No, said Chew. Perhaps a bubbly drink will make you sneeze, said the ice cream seller. She gave Chew a fizzy drink with bubbles that went up Chew's nose. Please sneeze again, Chew. Will you sneeze now? Ah, ah, ah. No, said Chew. All the grown-ups were very sad. Chew will not sneeze, they said. Now the sea is broken, and we cannot fix it. And then Tiny the snail climbed up to Chew's ear and whispered, sometimes I sneeze when I see the sun. Chew took off his sunglasses. Ah, 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 Chew! There, said Chew, everything is back just as it was before. So is it all back? It looks like people, like ice cream laying around. This guy's holding a dolphin, but pretty much everything is back to where it should be, sort of. The ice cream seller was so pleased, she gave Chew another ice cream. In the sea, Chew saw a merpanda just his size. She swam over to him. Sometimes I sneeze too, she said, and then she swam away. Did you have a nice day at the beach? Asked Chew's mother and father. I had the best day at the beach, said Chew, holding his seagull feather. Good night. The end. So when I read that book, I said, that sounds just like me. I sneeze in the sun and people think I'm sick, but I'm not. I'm just sneezing because of the sun shining in my face. So the next book I'm going to read, I have the felt board for. So I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see it here. And so this is a flea, and even though he looks huge, he shouldn't be because he's little and he actually lives on the mouse's back. Okay, so it's called The Flea's Sneeze, and it's written by Lynn Downey and illustrated by Carla Firehammer. On a dark, dark night in an old, old farm, in a rickety, crickety, tumble-down barn, everyone slept peacefully. A rat, a cat, a black-eyed bat, a cow, an owl, and a feathered fowl, a dog, a hog, an old barn frog. See them all? Everyone slept peacefully, but not the flea. No one heard him cough even the mouse that he used for a house, or the rat, or the cat, or the black-eyed bat, or the cow, or the owl, or the feathered fowl, or the dog, or the hog, or the old barn frog. They all slept peacefully, but not the flea. That's the picture in the book. No one heard him sniffle, sniffle. Not even the mouse he used for a house, or the rat, or the cat, or the black-eyed bat, or the cow, or the owl, or the feathered fowl, or the dog, or the hog, or the old barn frog. They all slept peacefully, but not the flea. No one heard his garbled plea. Does anybody have a tissue for me? Poor guy. Not even the mouse he used for a house, or the rat, or the cat, or the black-eyed bat, or the cow, or the owl, or the feathered fowl, or the dog, or the hog, or the old barn frog. They all slept peacefully, but not the flea. And then suddenly, before he could cover his snoot, Ahhhchoo! It scared the rat, who cried boo-hoo, and woke the cat, who hissed meow. It baffled the bat, whose eyes turned blue, and confused the cow, who muttered moo, moo. It outraged the owl, who hollered hoo, hoo, and flustered the fowl, who crowed cock-a-doodle-doo. It daunted the dog, who barked woo-hoo, and sprayed the hog, who screamed ew, and reminded the frog of his old nephew. But the mouse the flea used for a house kindly gave him a tissue. The flea wiped his nose, and before his eyes had even closed, he began to doze. For all the rest of that dark, dark night on the old, old farm in the rickety-crickety tumble-down barn, everyone slept peacefully. The flea and the mouse he used for a house, the rat, the cat, the black-eyed bat, the cow, the owl, the feathered fowl, even the dog and the old barn frog, everyone slept just like a log, except the hog. Here's the hog down here. Here he's sleeping, but now he's not. No one heard his garbled wheeze. I think I'd gotta sneeze. So isn't that a cute story? I think that is so adorable. I like all the repetition. And then this is the last one. Can you believe there's this many books about sneezes? There's actually more. When I was trying to do the story time, I had to decide which were the best books about sneezes because there's so many books about sneezes, and I just love them all. One Day in the Jungle by Colin West. Isn't this pretty? And tag papers. One day in the jungle, there was a little sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, butterfly, said Lizard. Next day in the jungle, there was a not quite so little sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Lizard, said Parrot. Next day in the jungle, there was a medium-sized sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Parrot, said Monkey. And the next day in the jungle, there was a big sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Monkey, said Tiger. Next day in the jungle, there was a very big sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Tiger, said Hippo. And next day in the jungle, there was an enormous sneeze. Achoo! Bless you, Hippo, said Elephant. And next day in the jungle, there was a gigantic sneeze. Ahhhchoo! Bless me, said the elephant. Now I've blown away the jungle. And that's the end. So I like that one. It's cute. It's sweet. And it's kind of like chews in that weird things happen when some creatures sneeze. So, okay, so Wintonbury is going to come jumping back up here. Wintonbury, you think your sneezing's under control now? Yeah. Okay. You feeling better? Good? Yeah. Okay, that's good. So, you want to say bye-bye to everybody? And yes, that's good. You're sweet. You're so sweet. You're such a good doggy. And we'll see you another day with another story time. So thank you for joining Miss Sheila and Wintonbury for our story time today. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.